Hello everyone. Today we're gonna go ahead and see how we can build a nice little dashboard for various things, like in terms of the trade and everything. I'm going to take a very simple data that we have, and I'm going to tell you how to build this dashboard on a new sheet. So we'll just use this as probably a reference, so that we have less time in terms of explaining and things like that. So one of the prerequisite of the client was the person wants to know how the price is varying in terms of the trade and share market. She wanted to know when the amount goes down below 0, if it's above 10, above 15, and 20. So that's what I've done. So these were the three data which was given by me. It's pretty straightforward and simple. We have a date and the price fluctuation. So in your case it could be just the stock market close data, and so on. So we've just got a very simple formula here. I've just got the text of that, and I've taken the DDD, which is just nothing but your weekday, and I've got the day right here, and then I've written a quite small little formula here, and I'm going to explain what I've done. So I'm going to just break this formula down so that you can understand what I'm doing, and then it'll be easy. So let's see. Okay, so what we're trying to do is, first I'm just checking whether the this particular value is more than 20. And I'm just tagging out with 20, and if it isn't, so the next if else condition is what we are trying to do. So of that I'm just trying to put a AND condition. So if it is between 15 and 20, just say above 15, and if it is between 0 and 10, say about 10, and if it is less than 0, say less than 0. So it's pretty straightforward, and this one is pretty straightforward here as well, in terms of I'm just getting the month of that, and I'm updating, and the year right here. Now coming to the dashboard itself, so this is the dashboard that I have created. We'll replicate that and see how we can do that. Just to have a little bit of design and everything, we can go ahead and do designing very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new sheet, and then call it, say, overview. Okay, and then I'm just setting the zoom to 80. So you can go ahead and get these things. Since I've done the many number of times, you can go ahead and set these to value about 7, and then this one you can go ahead and set it to, say, 35. Okay, now we can go ahead and remove the grid lines. For that you need to go to the view menu, click on grid lines, and it'll go off. So but I'm just going to use a shortcut, that's Alt W VQ, which will just take the thing. Now you can go ahead and color all these things and do everything. One quick little trick here is, like, you can go ahead and record the macro, and then replay the macro how many number of times that you want. So like that I've actually got the macro here. So when I click on this, it will automatically get in create this particular the information right here for you. So you can see that it is already complete. Okay, so I'm just setting this to 70%, and then I'm just setting the values, the columns, so that it will fit our view. So little bit this side. So okay, so that's that. Now in order for us to go ahead and build this dashboard, first that you need to get the pivot data. So most of the data and everything that I'm actually building are based on pivot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to convert this entire section. So I'm just selecting everything and changing this as a table. You can press Ctrl T and it will become a table. Right now I've already converted, so you can see the table is already here. So when you select, so it'll be easy for the pivots to refresh when you have new data. So that's the whole reason as to why you needed a table. You have a lot of other features as well. So in order to insert a pivot, just press insert, and then you're going to go ahead and select a specific dashboard, which is like, let's say here, and I'm going to go select OK. Now most of the time the the pivots will automatically reshuffle itself, so we're going to go ahead and put this as out of it, remove that, and click OK. And sometimes I do remove the rows as well, so it's just for calculation purposes. Sometimes pivots with the formulas will also take that particular row, and that's why I generally remove it. So the first thing that we needed here is the variation tag. So when you click on this, and you can see that this is right here, the pivot data. Okay, so in order to get the variation, you can get that from the variation data. So that's this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the total right here, and you can see that's come up, and then we're gonna just go ahead and count. Okay, now a little bit of shortcut to go ahead and do that. You can either use this or press Alt HBA, so that'll take you and give you that information right here. Now once you've created this, you can go ahead and replicate this same thing for any number of times. So I'm going to go ahead and paste it here, and I'm going to take the next thing, which is the week. So in order to get the week there, all you need to do is just drag the the day right here. So now that's come here as well. And so the next thing that you may want to do here is get the month, and as well as the month split up here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, just closing that, just putting this information right here, paste it. Again, it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is find the month. So we're just gonna go ahead and put the month, and we have that right away. Okay, now the next thing that you can do further from there is a split up of that. So this is going to be pretty simple here as well. So we just gotta go ahead and type it, and then move the variation part right here. Now that's going to give a split up count right away. So we've almost done with our the required information. Now we're going to go ahead and add in our charts. This is where it gets very simple. Especially you need to just have the chart that you just need to create once, and you can save that as template. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the chart. So you can press Alt NR, or otherwise insert recommended charts, and then you can select whatever charts you want from the list. Okay, so since I've done the templates here, all you need to do is just click and look for any of the templates that you have done. So this is what I was looking for. That's right here, and I'm just pasting it right there. And the next thing that you wanted is let's see what else we have. We want the month chart, so that's right here. Let's close this one, and then we'll get that Alt and R again. It'll take you to that and get that information. You can go ahead and select whatever you want here, and then hide this, hide all the values, and then trick this right here. Okay, you can go ahead and do all those things slowly one by one, or you can either save that as template. Just do that once and you're ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the chart like one time, month. So we'll just call that as a monthly trend. Okay, so a little bit of so I've just selected that, press Ctrl+1, it will take you to the form data series. Generally it's good to have this particular thing, and you can go to the fill function, select whatever color that you want. So in this case I'm just going to match the theme right here, and then we're going to make this a little bit bold and a bit higher, and then we're just gonna close that, and then we'll just make that bold, and then we'll just fit the size as well. So that's here, and you can add data, or you can just type right click BB will add the data, the data column. So it's nice and simple, faster way to do this. Most of the time I do keep the the verticals. If you want to actually restore it, click on this axis, and you can always go ahead and bring this information as verticals and the thing. So horizontals is what I wanted, so that it's pretty clean and everything. So that's where we are now. The next thing that we wanted to add here is a little bit of theme setting. So I'm just selecting that. Just click, and again click like 2 clicks, and select whatever color that you want to set it with respect to the required data right here. And then we can go ahead and add other charts. Before we can go ahead and add other charts, we may choose to enter the the slicers. So how do you go ahead and update the slicer? You can press Alt NSF. So, or you can just go to the insert menu, click on slicer, and select whatever slicer you want. So I wanted the date slicer, I wanted the day slicer, and then of course the variation month, almost pretty much everything except the thing, because that's the constant that we were viewing this. So we have everything. It's generally a good practice to select all these things and go to slicer edit and hide unnecessary data, so that it will be a bit clear. So let's go ahead and put that there, and then I've actually got the styling already done for the thing. So how you can go ahead and do a slicing is like click on a slicer, click on here, right click, modify, and you can go ahead and select whatever information you want. So for example, let's say you want to change this blue to some other thing. You can look for select the data, click format, and then look for fill. So you can see that it is there. Mostly this is pretty much where almost everything will be there. And if you change that and you click OK and you click OK, it will all become blue. Darkish gray. So I'll just leave that there. It looks pretty straightforward and simple. So that's pretty much where we are. And then we'll go ahead and add the thing. So you can see that we will not have more than 12 months. So we're just going to go to put 2 columns, so that you don't have that scroller. I'm sorry, the scroll bar for unnecessary reasons. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that. And let's fit this a little bit, make it look tight and clean. So where we are. Okay, and then we'll just fit the ear somewhere like here maybe. There you go, and that's it. Now okay, so part of the dashboard is almost complete. So the next thing that we're looking for is these 2 things, and again I'm just going to go ahead and get the weekly split up. That's right here. Press Alt and R and get it from the template, or you can add it from here and do whatever I just told. So I do have it in my templates. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is look for a nice looking template which has all these things already formatted. So let's see, so where are you? So that's there. You can select whatever format you want. You can just save it as a template, and you can reuse it as and when you want. That's pretty much okay. Now in order for you to go ahead and put this a little bit on, just to fit and make it look a little clean, I'll see if this looks good. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. So let's see if I could make this a little thicker. There you go. And then we wanted to do the same thing for our monthly thing as well. So Alt NR again. So that takes you to all this section. You can choose to put whatever that you want. That's something that you can change the color a little later also, if you feel that it's not coming into the theme like what I'm doing now. So I've just got that one right here, and almost everything is there except the color looks pretty different to what we were actually doing. So I want to go ahead and change that just momentarily. So we'll just put a column there just so that it looks pretty clean. There you go. And just click on this, and you can select whatever color you want, and then you can go ahead and set the values to based on the thing. Okay, so that's where we are. Now we'll just name this as monthly split up. Okay, now one last thing that you may want to do is the dashboard is built. So the prerequisite initially was as for us to go ahead and use these slices to view it here. So I'm gonna go ahead and restore this back to our color that we had. So I'm just modify this one, click on data with selection, this one, and then more colors. You can select 190, 255. That's color that I used everywhere. So I'm just selecting that, click OK, click OK. That goes back to our original thing. Now this one is your weekly split up. Okay, and that's pretty much where we are, and this one is your variation count. Okay, so now all these dashboards are supposed to be working in here. So when you click on this, you can see some of these work, some of them don't work. Like for this one is not working. So what you need to do is you can look for the report connection. So click on that and look for almost everything is connected. Right now this particular slicer is connected only to one. So I'm going to go ahead and select almost like everything so that it will get updated. So I'm going to select the same thing for almost like everything. So let's see, there you go. I'm just right clicking, selecting everything. There you go. Now okay, so that's it. So we have our dashboard ready within no time, and we are ready to go. This is a simple little dashboard for trading purposes to know whether the price has gone up or less, and that's where we are. So if you go ahead and see for a 6 months, you can see that all the charts, everything gets updated based on the data that you see. And they'll say you want to go ahead and see only the above 15, you may choose to see how it works, and then this. Now one very important thing that you need to do is you can either insert a button, or you can either right click, refresh, or click on one of the pivots, click on refresh all, will refresh all the data. So when you have new data, when you copy paste it, just come here, click and refresh data, all the charts will automatically get updated. But what I do is I already have a refresh button, only the button, just a shape is right here, and I haven't actually written any code for that. So for that you can go ahead and write a code. So I'm going to press Alt F11 to go to the the VB editor. So here we wanted to insert a module here, and then you can go ahead and type the code. So I do have almost all the codes right here. So I'll explain what I'm doing. Pretty much like selecting and refreshing all, that's all. It's pretty straightforward. So say refresh pivot, and then you say that that's it. Okay, and if it says that you want to go ahead and say no, and then save it as the book, and then assign it. So then you can go ahead and assign the button what you just did right here. So we want to revert, and there you go. So this avoids you to go ahead and insert right click refresh. So you can just click on that, everything will automatically refresh and so on. Okay, hope you like it. Let me know if there are any queries or two. Feel free to subscribe and like. Alright, leave a comment or two for more videos. I'll be happy to assist. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye.